And somehow somewhere he's got to interfere with what we do over here. Try to interfere with what we do over here because it's all about him being so jealous. Well, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Ridge Technology Screens. And in this demonstration, we are going to embarrass the living daylights out of Crow. So, Crow thinks that you can go to Home Depot and get this kind of reflective spray or whatever it is. We've seen this stuff already. To begin with, it's trash. Number one, it hot spots like crazy. Number two, it basically pushes a ton of lamp glare from the projector right onto you. And number three, it doesn't reflect any sunlight at all. Now, there's no way in the world for you to possibly see if your screen is reflecting actual sunlight and how it's reacting, because the way the technology we developed, it doesn't show the image from the end where the screen is being projected to. It shows the image on the outside of the screen, which means you would have to be outside your window to say it's the exact same thing. Most importantly, the technology that we developed, you can't see through it. That's why it's called dark nova, invisible dark, because you physically can't see through the screen, but light can pass through it. And you're saying it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. All right, so let's look at his demonstration here, which I don't feel like wasting my time on this, but I'll show you exactly how far and how jealous some people will go. Their jealousy goes on the stuff that we make compared to what they can't do. All right, so let's have a look at this right here and see if this looks like anything like our product. Much like we went through this with the black screen paint and all the other products we make, everything he does over there matches nothing we do. So he says he makes the same product that we do, right? There's the screen right there. This is what he's claiming. Look how faded and washed out the image looks. Number two, your screen is sitting under an awning, which means there's no direct sunlight making contact with the screen. If there was, there would be sunlight here, all in the windowsill here, which there isn't. Your sunlight is actually across the street. That's another fail right there. So no, buddy, you got it incorrect. And on top of that, your image is faded very, very badly. I was able to show multiple demonstrations of mine. On top of that, the technology we make, you can't see through it at all, period. That's why it got the nickname Dark Invisible Nova. But let's go look at your video demonstration. And on top of that, like I said, where's the sunlight directly hitting your screen? Again, the person is known for cutting corners any way he possibly can. That screen, if you're going to be demonstrating a screen that can take on sunlight, number one, it needs to be outside the window. And your screen is sitting inside the window. There's no sunlight making contact to your screen. Projector is sitting too close to the screen, number one. See what I mean? Cutting corners just to try to do the same thing that we do. Your projector is too close, number one. And that's the image you're supposed to be picking up. Dude, there's no sunlight hitting your window at all, nothing. We have direct sunlight in contact with the screen. Where's the sunlight? I don't see the area below lit, nothing at all. Complete fail. Sunlight's over there. Your awning is blocking your screen. Let me show you how it's done. Again, fail. All right, let me show you how it's done. See, it's sad when people are that jealous over our work that they're willing to do little dumb stuff like that. First things first, I'm gonna show you where you made your mistake at. Mine's set up outside right now, so I'll show you. This is the distance on where my projector sits from my screen. You see my distance? Way farther than yours. Number two, my screen, it's taking on direct sunlight. See the sunlight right there? You see how crystal clear my image looks? Your image is faded and washed out. Now, let me show you another thing where you messed up at. The technology we develop, you can't see through it. That's why it's called a dark invisible technology. Just like the black technology we develop, you can't see through the screen. You can't see any objects on the other end. See, this is what happens when I talk about a bull in a china shop, where somebody just runs out and just does something for the sake of doing something without doing any form of research whatsoever, and they embarrass themselves. That's what he just did. There you go. So I can show you how it's done. Now, we started this demonstration at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock with direct sunlight hitting screen. And your demonstration is across the street. I can tell that by looking in the windowsill. If you had actual sunlight coming through, it would be piercing through that glass or whatever that is. It would be hitting the windowsill, but it can't because you have an awning there. It's dark where your screen is at. Your image is supposed to look like that. Crystal clear. Trying to compare yourself to us. Like I said, jealousy. We can say nothing about him at all. If we develop something, he'll pop up and go, oh, this is how he did it. Sad and embarrassing. I told you it's going to embarrass you. Now, there's a huge difference between my image and the one you're showing off in your video. Your video, like I said, washed out, bland, can't even see it whatsoever. And then on top of that, I have a 5200 lumen projector that's hitting this screen, and you don't see one lamp glare pushing through, do you? You know why he didn't stand around? You know why he didn't, when he was sitting outside, you know why he didn't walk around in front of the screen directly? Because you would have saw the lamp glare pushing through. That's why he showed it on an angle. If you showed it on an angle, that hides the lamp glare. Like I said, cut corners. So next time we do that demonstration, stand in front of it so we can see that piercing lamp glare pushing through on the other end. The reason why I have contracts and you don't, because I don't cut corners. Because people can come in and see the demonstration. They can see the distance of the projector. They can see no lamp glare pushing through. Because if I'm using glare, it's canceled out. This is why we call it the dark technology. Because you can't see through the screen, but the image can push right through with no problem. And on top of that, it can take on direct sunlight. See what I mean? Why people can't mind their own business? That's what I'm talking about. So, take that Home Depot nonsense, paint someplace else. Much like the primer you use in your products, and go do some fake demonstrations with somebody else. As I said before, we don't really have time to play with him. Gotta paint on the top. It's sad I gotta come out here and embarrass the man like this. He never learns. See, that's what happens when you're used to cutting corners. You do all kinds of cheap tricks. Look at that. Let me show you something else real quick while we're out here. TCL 4K demonstrations. My technology looks like a TV outside. That washed down, watered down stuff you have, it looks like trash. But yeah, that's the reason why he didn't show the camera angle outside directly, because you would have saw huge lamp glare pushing through. That would have washed out the screen. So you can't display stuff like that. If you watched the whole entire demonstration, you would have noticed we did the OLED horse, the OLED fish, we did everything. And through all your tries of basically trying to disrupt my company, we just signed 3 contracts today for this technology, which you won't be signing one because your technology is fake. 3 contracts in negotiation for this new technology. Let's grab something else. Let's go with, let me see. So we don't have to use fish to camouflage the image. I can choose anything I want on here. It's going to pull up. So in this demonstration, number 1, his projector was sitting way too close to the screen. It should have been sitting back at a distance as we have ours. Number 2, the screen he had was transparent. It's not a transparent screen, but as you can see, it's designed to actually knock out the lamp glare, and it's designed to actually allow you to produce better contrast because the surface is dark. We also have these in black too, as we all know. And number 3, if you're calling your matching sun killer technology, again, your sunlight was across the street. When you open up the window, there was no sunlight bathing on the windowsill. There's no sunlight on the windowsill, nothing. It was completely dark on your side whatsoever. Yet nothing there at all. And then you should have stood in front of the screen directly so they can see if there's any lamp glare pushing through. You didn't show that either. Because automatically with that surface and that paint, the lamp glare would have pushed right on through. You would have saw this glare right in the middle of the screen. That's why they stand to the side. It's one of the tricks they use. They will stand to the side and this pushes the lamp glare off so you can't see it. Here's the OLED horse. Something you can't do in your demonstration. What happened to the deep outer space? I did a whole bunch of demonstrations on deep outer space. He skipped those completely. So stop being jealous of everybody else's work and concentrate on your own stuff. That's sad. Now see, I got to come on here on live. I got to embarrass you, for something you're doing something stupid. Just like you got embarrassed when you basically try to say novas were too dark. And we showed the demonstration on the TV. The same demonstration we were displaying on the black nova, why the screen was being hit with white sheets of paper and a 0.9 gain screen from Elite Screens and still maintaining a white level and its ability to produce crystal clear. Okay. Look at that. Anytime we do something new, man, he gets so ticked off, so riled off. He gets so jealous. Oh, he gets so jealous. You see that? Came out there that fast. He couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand the fact that we have technology like this now. It's driving him crazy right now. He got a little Home Depot paint, spraying something on some plexiglass, doing a half demonstration, cutting corners as always. Now, as soon as we get a big enough piece of plexiglass, which I'm planning to do, I'm planning to actually cover this whole window right here. I'm going to do a portrait mode display on this glass right here. Yeah, next time you try to mimic any of our work or match our demonstrations, do them correctly. Do them exactly how we do them in the demonstration. Have the sunlight hitting the screen, display the distance of the projector, where our projector is sitting, not sitting up on top of the projector, and stand in front of the screen when you're outside so they can see if the screen is projecting lamp glare. Not doing such fake demonstrations. Let's see what we got going over here real quick. Oh, this is the one. This is how your demonstration should have looked. But we're going to watch the commercial too while we're at it. Let me see the commercials. That's how your screen was supposed to look. Not that washed out image that you were showing. We didn't produce that at all. Nope, and there's sunlight right there. See, directly hitting my screen. Let's pick something. Oh, let's go to outer space real quick. Mind you, when you do this, you have to pull up the black contrast levels too. At any chance you possibly can to try to produce some washed out image. Yeah, you can go to Home Depot and make the same thing. Good luck. Oh my goodness, man, he's pathetic. Go to Home Depot and make your product. As a matter of fact, I got a gallon of it downstairs. I can make it anytime I want. It's called Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. We made it 8 years ago. Technically, it's mine. It's my product because I made it years ago. And it matches my product. So whatever you make, pretty much, I already did it already. Look, see, I can see the individual lines in the cactus. Ah, man, you have a lot to learn, man. Sad part about it, you'll never learn it. Yeah, you can buy that at Home Depot. You can make that right there with that spray. Yeah, okay. You're a funny dude, man. I'll tell you one thing. I do enjoy embarrassing you. That's funny. Oh, I can't wait to send it over to my business partner so they can have a giggle with that one. You see how dark that surface is? No, you can't get that out of a spray can and do the same thing. That's a formula right there. Glass can't even mimic the technology. Look at that. Without the technology, that glass is nothing. You see how much light was pushing through? Look at the bottom of my base right here, showing you how much light was coming through. See, the problem is you saw the demonstration and you thought to yourself, it's got to be that spray-on stuff that you get at Home Depot. It's the same thing. Not realizing that the screen is not transparent. You can't see through them. That's why it has the name dark, invisible, or invisible dark. But you don't think. You don't think at all. Like I said, bull in the china shop. You don't think that the way we developed the technology, like the black screens that are visible, is visible black technology that you can't see through the screen, but it has the ability to be able to push light through it. You thought that was that spray on stuff. So that clear stuff you got sitting in the window that has a poor picture quality is not really being hit by any light whatsoever, not for real. And the fact that you're sitting on the side doing the demonstration because you won't go over in the front because you won't show the lamp glare that's piercing through that screen. Yeah. And you think it's the same thing. It's supposed to be the same thing? Yeah, well, guess what? You can't look through this right here. Nice try, though. It's not smart, but, you know, you got through life somehow. I forgot, these are extended throws. Extended throws, you have to be... See right there? It's not designed. This is what you call dark technology. You don't say anything about that. You're too busy designing, what do you call it? House paint. See, no awnings, nothing. So when sunlight comes over and hits the side of my house, it hits the side of my house. It's not a fake demonstration where I can see the sunlight on the opposite side of the street. Oh, I forgot I gotta have this up too because I got some orders coming in from Dubai for this. Dubai's interested in the contract. It's back. Also, too, what makes you even big, I'm gonna keep it on this one because I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call you this. You see how this technology is developed? The way it's designed is if you stick this stuff in the center of the room, you hit it with a projector, it will show an image on both sides. When you put it against glass, it doesn't transfer an image on this side. The image transfers on the opposite side. You didn't notice that when you was watching the demonstration, did you? Yeah, this is how this technology works. So, bottom line is the image transfers on the opposite side of the screen when it sits in a window. It doesn't transfer on the back side of the screen. See, you can't figure that out how that's done. Instead of the image showing on both sides when you put it through glass, it's only designed to transfer through one side. But if you put it inside the house and you do a demonstration off of it and you hit it with a projector, it shows on both sides. Now let me explain that again. Both sides, if you're inside up against the glass, it only transfers on one side. There you go. Now you understand. Now you understand. There we go. Now you see the light, the sunlight's hitting the projector? See all that sunlight that's hitting the projector? You see the distance of where my projector is sitting at to where the screen is sitting at? You see all the light that's pushing through my screen right now? You didn't display that in your demonstration. You didn't show any sunlight coming through. We did this at 1 o'clock. We did this at 3 o'clock around time and 5 o'clock. So we had a lot of light coming in. There is no way in the world you did that demonstration on the level I just displayed it. And look at all the light that's pushing through the screen. That's sunlight pushing through the screen right now. Now see how you can't see an image right there? See how it's washing it out? There you go. Yeah, enjoy your embarrassment. Because that's what you did. You embarrassed yourself. Instead of minding your own business, you don't understand how technology works. You don't. Because, like I said, you're constantly cutting corners. How could you know anything about testing and real demonstrations if you spend most of your time cutting corners? You really thought it was that easy that you could just pop over to Home Depot and just get a spray and voila? If you watched any of my demonstrations, you've seen the time and effort that I put in doing my test demonstrations, you would know I'd be thorough by the book. I'm not you. I don't cut corners like you. I don't do that kind of dumb stuff. Why do you do that stuff? You can't expect for people to act like you act. That's why I call you Captain Corner Cutter. Because all you do is cut corners. That's all you do. in every demonstration. Dark environment, high powered projectors, do no distance throw, none of that stuff at all. That's why I can come in and mimic your stuff so easy. Okay, so we're going to demonstration again. See if it matches our demonstration again we just displayed. Now again, I want you to look at this. See how the sunlight is across the street? So when he did the demonstration, he made sure there was no sunlight going to be making contact with the screen. When we did the demonstration, we had direct sunlight and touch the screen at all times. This is a fail. Number one, your screen is completely washed out. And I'm going to show you something right here. Keep looking out the window. And on top of that, you got an awning over top. You should have chose a window with an awning. As a matter of fact, you should have taken it out there and did the demonstration. As a matter of fact, you got that whole wall out there. How come you're not doing any outdoor demonstrations out there? You know, because you can't, because your screen. Matter of fact, do a Starfield demonstration out there. Pull some contrast and see what happens. So look at the wall. It's literally pulling up the image better than the screen. And if you notice, there's no sunlight coming in at all, hitting here and here, nothing. This complete area is shaded. Again, cutting corners. Look how close the projector is sitting to the screen. Projector is sitting too close. Now watch this when he goes outside. That's the image outside. Look how bad that looks. And that's supposed to be equal to what we just displayed. See, this is what happens when you do poor, and I don't know why you're pointing over there. There's no sunlight hitting your screen. So why are you looking up at the sun? There's nothing directly hitting your screen at all, period. It's shaded over there. If not, that area would have been well illuminated. That's horrible. See, that's what I'm talking about. People who cut corners don't demand perfection, and they can't. They will squeak by on anything that they possibly can. Anything that they can. Anything to them, it's acceptable. That's poor. I got contacts overseas that wouldn't even touch that with a 10-foot pole. That is really poor. Now look at it. Wait. I'm gonna show you something right here. Remember when he looked up, he showed you the sun, right? Now look, he's showing you how sunny the area is at right there. Now, if you had any sunlight hitting that area right now, we all know what sunlight looks like, don't we, people? That entire area would have been well illuminated. Now let me show you how it's supposed to be done. Sad human beings, what I'm telling you. See, I told you. I told you. And we would need to go one day. If we develop anything, he'll be right there behind us, running his mouth. Jealous. Can't stand it. Driving them crazy. You think, oh, this is passable. No, dude, that sucks. That's why you don't have contracts. So let me show you. That's the demonstration we did. Sorry about that. Showing you how far the projector sits back from the screen. Showing you that the screen is not picking up an image on the outside of the screen, but it picks the image up on the, not inside, but on the outside. Showing you that it's a formula that reacts differently. Now, let's say you try that on a 100-inch screen, which we're going to be doing a 100-inch screen and coating that entire area. I'm not going to coat my window, but I'm going to put a 100-inch screen. It should fit right in there real nicely. Let's see you displayed on that level. On that that paint you got over at Home Depot or Lowe's, wherever that crap is. You didn't do the OLED demonstration. You didn't do any of them. I told you they pick and choose the videos that are going to look good for them. He didn't do the OLED demonstration. We displayed the hordes. We displayed the TLC with the girls walking. We did a lot of demonstrations out there. He didn't do any of those. He stuck to what he thought would work the best. No, there's the OLED fish moving back and forth across our screen right there. You didn't display that? Nope. We displayed the Starfield demonstration outside too also. Let's go over to, let me see, where I got this setting on. All right. That's the demonstration on the screen on the inside. You thought, that's why I said he thought that screen was, he thought it was a spray. That's what he thought it was. You can't even see through the screens. So inside, you see how the screen reacts? It reflects on both sides inside, no problem. But when you put it against glass, it reacts differently. It doesn't show an image on the inside. It only shows the image on the outside. So keep in mind that no spray on the face of the planet will do that at all, that you can get from Home Depot or Lowe's. And it pulls the contrast. That's why you must not have watched the demonstration well enough. You would have noticed the screen was pulling the contrast level. Walk around to the side. There's the image right there. Displays on both sides. Put it against glass, it displays on one side. This is the direct sunlight test that we did outside earlier today. Sorry about the video being so bad. You see all the sunlight that's hitting the front of the porch? When it's coming down, the whole porch is illuminated. See the whole side of the house? Your side of your house didn't even look like that at all, period. Nothing. It was dark on your side of the house. The sun where it was hitting at was hitting directly to the house. The sun on your side is hitting the opposite way, which means you're getting the shade on your side of the house when it's hitting in your backyard. You think people don't pick up on stuff like that? They do pick up on stuff like that. That's how I noticed when Black Diamond was doing a demonstration. They were displaying this screen in this fully lit environment. They were talking about the sunlight. I noticed that the sunlight was across the street, which means it had to be around 12 noon, which means they didn't do that video early in the morning. If they did it early in the morning when the sun got up, it would hit the side of their house and it would have had too much light in the environment. They waited till 12 noon to do the demonstration, knowing that the sun was going to be piercing across the street and they would have more shade, but still giving off enough light like the area was well lit. Come on, man. I know all that stuff already, man. You're not fooling nobody with that dumb nonsense. Grow up. See the side of my house? See how well lit it is? That's actual sunlight making contact with that screen. Not that nonsense you just showed. Let me see. That's the one right there. Sunlight, direct sunlight. That's the challenge we put down. Guess you got ticked over that one right there. Like, no, I got this. I can do the same thing at Home Depot and Lowe's. Yeah, please stop cutting corners. You don't even put the effort in to try to work at all, period. Everything's a cut corners here. This is why we do pre-recordeds outside, because good gracious, the internet is so bad out there. Well, that's what I wanted to show you, people. That's what I want to show you. This is what I mean by how jealous this individual is. I mean, we came out here, we celebrated, we were able to get this technology to function outside. This joker doing dumb stuff again, runs over to Home Depot or Lowe's, buys this Interactive Paint tries to do the same demonstration. Again, you have embarrassed yourself. And I'll tell you what, again, number one, your video doesn't match your video. We did multiple videos. We did the OLED fish. We did different things to show you that we don't have to do the abstract art with fish. The screens are dark. You can't see through them. That's why it's called Invisible Dark Nova. Duh. And then on top of that, consider the fact that our projector is sitting at a farther distance, and we were able to show times of the day of the screen reacting. And your demonstration, your screen was completely washed out, somewhat like it was on the opposite side of the screen. And on top of that, you had no sunlight bathing with inside the window, which should have been there. And on top of that, I can see right out through your screen. If you put your screen out right now, I can see right through it. This technology is not designed so you can see through it at all, period. But I'm pretty sure you can go to Home Depot and you can get a form of dark gray technology to coat the screen with. That bottom line is you can't see in, but light can push out. Yeah, pretty sure. Man, if you think it bothers you, wait till you see the contracts that I'm lining up. The people that are going to be coming out there saying they have contracts signed under our company's name. Wait till you see that. Sorry about that, people. Despite all this, I can come on here and do this. But he's going to cry and whine like a little baby. As a matter of fact, I did FaceTime with a fellow over at Projector Central who saw my screen live in FaceTime and was amazed by that 140, the 148 that I had down there. The way I was able to take that camera and pull to the side and that screen pulled up on that angle. Yeah. Made a comment by saying that this brother has figured out how to get it done right. Just like when Screen Innovation sent us that email saying our technology had possibility. That's a joke. Okay, people. I got to get back downstairs. I got much to do. Again, we're just not going to do any more demonstrations with this joker. We come in here and defend our product. That's basically about it. But as of tomorrow, it's business as usual. Let the clown play in his small little clubhouse. We don't have time to toy with him. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I got to go, and God bless. It was a joke. Freaking joke.